Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Mi, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the ending of this wonderful story of One Piece. Now, One Piece has a very large and complex stories with many mysteries that never seem to have a resolution, or whenever we do get an answer, that only causes more questions to come up, which allows many fans to be curious about the revelations that are sure to happen as our story comes to a close. With the end of Wano, it has now been confirmed that the next thing we go into will be the final saga of our wonderful story. And this great work is going to reach its final stages, where many powerful pirates are going to be uniting to complete different goals, and at some point, they're going to end up running into all of these other characters to make our final great large battle. But with this great ending of One Piece slowly approaching, several events are going to coincide until Luffy is able to complete his dream of becoming king of the pirates, of course after finding the One Piece treasure. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the probable ending that One Piece will have, what could be the end of the Straw Hats adventure, and who might be the future new members that will join this crew before our story is over. Before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, we'd be absolutely honored if you consider leaving us a like, or even subscribing with a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out and motivates us to make more content. And if you'd like to help us out in a bigger way, consider sharing the video or the channel with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So friends, currently in One Piece, we're seeing the end of the battle between Luffy and Kaido, in which Luffy finally managed to get the victory of this long fight against this Yonko, which will allow Luffy to get an even bigger bounty. But of course, this isn't his main goal. After all, Luffy has an ambitious dream in which he wants to become king of the pirates, just like Goldie Roger in the past. And for this to happen, it's necessary for him to find the One Piece treasure. With each phase of his journey, Luffy is making new friends, alliances with powerful pirates, and even picking up new members for his crew. And in this court of Wano, we've seen the emergence of a new character that is most likely to join the Straw Hats very soon. Over all the different possibilities, Yamato is the greatest possibility right now as a new Straw Hat. Because from the moment Yamato learned about Luffy's existence from Ace, Yamato knew that this little boy would be the one to change the world. Therefore, Yamato waited for years for Luffy to arrive, just so he could free Wano from Kaido's leadership, something that we are just now seeing the beginning parts of. And now that Luffy's actions have allowed Wano to open up and become free, Yamato is now free to set sail with the Straw Hats. Because from the moment Yamato met Luffy personally, we saw that this would happen. But they would have to defeat the Yonko Kaido so Yamato could be free to become a member of the Straw Hat crew. During the next adventures that Luffy is going to have, there are going to be islands where we may find new allies to join the fleet, or even new members of the Straw Hats. So that this way, Luffy would have many more people that would be supporting his dream. But his goal to conquer the One Piece is not going to be that easy. I mean, we got to remember that there are other pirates of this new generation where they, like Luffy, are on the same quest to find the One Piece so that they can become king of the pirates. But Luffy is not going to allow them to find the treasure before he does. And in order to do that, he's going to set off with his allies to find more clues that will lead them to this treasure. But as we know, they already have 3 of the road poneglyphs that indicate the location of this treasure, and the last one remains lost at sea. Currently, no one knows where this last poneglyph is located, because it originally was with the fishmen, but after a few years, this poneglyph disappeared. So Luffy and his allies need to find it before it falls into the wrong hands. The pirate that now presents the greatest danger to Luffy's goals, of course, is Teach. After Kaido and Big Mom lost their fight, they're no longer that dangerous, nor can they really prevent him from becoming the greatest of pirates. But Teach is a whole other discussion. He is an extremely greedy pirate who also seeks to conquer whatever he wants, no matter the lives he needs to take during the process. So Teach is going to be a big problem that soon Luffy is going to have to fight and deal with to prevent his dreams from being completed. But this is not going to be any small task. After all, Teach also has a crew of very powerful pirates that can even match or maybe even exceed the strength of the Straw Hats, which could leave them at a disadvantage if they don't plan their steps correctly. And also, Teach has the power of not 1, but 2 devil fruits. If these powers are used together to great effect, it could be disastrous because, as Teach himself has said, he now has the most powerful Paramecia and Logia, so he could be also now looking for the most powerful Zoan to increase his power to pretty much unreasonable levels. To be fair, we don't know if Teach still has the ability to get an additional power of a fruit, but Teach has shown that he's waited a long time to be able to take various steps of his plan. So he could be waiting for something to happen, which could in fact be the awakening of Luffy's fruit. Now, we don't know how much Teach knows about it, but we do know that he has some information about the world that nobody else really seems to have. Teach could even know the stories about the power of Luffy's fruit and its origins. Teach could be waiting for Luffy to awaken the fruit to start the next phase of his plan to get the power of the sun god Nika. And this would bring him much closer to getting the One Piece treasure. But even if Teach wants Luffy's power, Luffy's not gonna let Teach take it away from him. And this way, we're gonna see Luffy and the Straw Hats planning ways to defeat Teach. But as we know, the confrontation between two Yonkos is a devastating thing, and it could cause great destruction wherever this battle takes place. And when these two battle, it's just gonna be too juicy of a target for the SSG and the Marines to just ignore. So they might actually look for this opportunity to defeat both Luffy and Teach, because those two represent the main threats to the world. Because if Luffy or Teach are in a battle, this would define whoever comes out on top, who will eventually reach the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. But then, we would get to see a battle on the level of something we've never seen between the three greatest powers in the world, the world government, Luffy, and Blackbeard. A final fight that would decide the fate of the world, and not only just who gets the One Piece treasure and its great power, but really how the world will move on in the future. So Teach would be looking to take Luffy's life so he can get his power. Luffy would be looking to go after Teach because of all the things he's done in the past. And the world government would be going after the both of them to eliminate this threat. But Luffy's business with Teach isn't just about the race to who becomes king of the pirates. Luffy is going to want to make Teach pay for all the things that he did to the important people of his life. Because after all, he was the one responsible for making Ace lose his life. Besides the many other evils that Teach has committed because of his great ambition just so he could become king of the pirates. So when these two clash, the biggest battle in One Piece would then begin, where we would see all the most powerful characters starting to enact their plans to reach the treasure. Because at that point, the location of the last poneglyph could be revealed, and whoever possesses it would know the location of the treasure. Since Luffy has Robin as a part of his crew, she would be able to reveal to him what was written on this last of the missing poneglyphs, and unite all of the writings of the other road poneglyphs, so that Robin could finally deduce the location of the Laugh-Tale Island. But there are also others other than Teach that would want to stop Luffy from getting this information. We could even see Luffy's former allies, such as Law or Kid, who once allied themselves with him, could turn against him. I mean, after all, they also seek the One Piece. Because even though they've made this alliance to defeat a Yonko, they're still rivals. All three have sought to become stronger in order to become the king of the pirates. But with Luffy knowing the location of the last island, of where the One Piece treasure is, they just might want to stop him before getting to this final island. In fairness though, Laws, it seems in recent chapter, is not so focused on becoming the king of the pirates so much, as this is not really his big goal, and he could end up even helping Luffy, as we saw in Wano, how he hopes for the Straw Hat Pirate. But Kid, on the other hand, could increase his rivalry even more, seeing that Luffy defeated Kaido alone and may want to assert his own dominance. Not only that, but there are many other pirates in this new generation, and even the Marines and SSG who want to prevent the birth of a new pirate king. But with these organizations going after Luffy, this would make the world government unprotected, and then the revolutionaries' plan could be put into action where they get to rise up against the government. With the world government, Marines, and SSG distracted going after Luffy, the revolutionaries could then directly attack the world government and the Celestial Dragons to remove them from power, and in fact, remove them from power that they really never should have held. Furthermore, Luffy's allies would also rise up to help him in this last decisive conflict that would decide the fate of the manga and therefore the world of One Piece. So Luffy, along with his journey, has gotten so many allies such as the Kingdom of Alabasta, the Fishmen, and also, let's not forget, the large Straw Hat Grand Fleet that is at his disposal should he need it. This way, we would see literally the diversity of the world come together with Luffy and face the entire rest of the world to be able to find the One Piece. But once Luffy managed to defeat this great enemy, who could be Teach and probably even Admiral Akainu, we would see that Luffy might, after that battle, be able to go find the One Piece treasure. And once he opened and realized how much gold or power this treasure possessed, he'd also know that really, the journey that he and his companions had was the most precious thing of all. But we also have to remember that that's really not the message and the most important thing. In fact, Oda himself has revealed that the One Piece is something real that will make it all worthwhile, and not just a lesson or that the treasure was really the journey. It's something that possibly might be where Luffy is going to have to make a very large decision. Although this may be a treasure that would allow Luffy to rule the world, this isn't Luffy's goal. I mean, just the fact that he makes it to the final island would be enough for him to be considered the king among all the pirates in the world. And besides, we also have to remember Luffy's definition of what the king of the pirates is, and that's the freest pirate or person on the sea. And in this way, once he found the treasure, he could end up leaving it in the same place just as Roger did. Not because he wasn't worthy of getting it, but because he wanted to allow future generations of pirates to come and also search for this treasure just like he did. In this way, future pirates would be able to live adventures just like Luffy did. Adventures in which they would be able to make several companions and have fun and enjoy their life throughout the journey to find the next treasure. So at the end of it, Luffy and the Straw Hats may just leave the One Piece after accomplishing the mission that Roger couldn't. And they would leave this island announcing that they managed to get the treasure, but if anyone wanted to take it from them, it would be necessary for them to find it. After all, it would remain on the last island. And thus, we would create a new generation of pirates who would be in search of this treasure, generating again a cycle of pirates in search of their dreams, seeking to evolve and become stronger and stronger until they are able to find the One Piece and become the next king of the pirates. And then, and really only then, could the adventure of Luffy and the Straw Hats end. Each one following their own story, but still with the memories of their great adventures and the friendships they made along the way. For each one will have realized their dreams by the end of this journey. So even if the farewells were sad, they would still have with them the memories of the times they were together, sharing the same dream, or perhaps they might just all decide to live together somewhere in the East Blue. The world of One Piece creates so many possibilities, and this is a possible ending to the story, but everything is still really unimaginable at this point. However, we'd love to know what you think about it. How do you think the manga will end? Do you think each Straw Hat member will have their dream realized? I mean, Nami could get her map of the world, Zoro could become the greatest swordsman, but how do you think we might get the all blue factoring into this? And what else do you think could be, and what do you think finally, and most importantly, is this treasure at the final island of Laugh Tale? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So as we wrap up our story for the day, I want to thank you all so much for watching all the way to the very end. Make sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like or maybe hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. Hope to see you all in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.